Hello and welcome to Let's Review. Last week it was announced that in 2019 we will be getting a fifth Indiana Jones film. And given the really high quality of Crystal Skull, I'm sure we can all be very hopeful for a top-notch film. Yeah, at least in the world of video games, I could say something like that without needing the sarcasm, because there have been several genuinely excellent Indiana Jones games over the years. And since my schedule's gone and gotten a bit weird on me, this week and next week I'm going to talk about two of them. Which means that it is once again time to go digging in the crate. Indiana Jones games have been around for, well, frankly, longer than I have, and some of them are very fondly remembered. Today's game is one such thing, and I'll be honest, I don't actually know where my copy of it is. I know it's in the house somewhere, it's probably buried in the bottom of a drawer, so you're just gonna have to imagine that it's in my hand. Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. You know, it rather misses the point of digging in the crate if the game that you're talking about isn't actually, well, in the crate. I know, but you're the one who wouldn't help me search for it, so it's at least partially your fault. Infernal Machine was released back in 1999, and I'm going to be honest right from the get-go, it has not aged terribly well. The graphics are dated, the platforming is iffy, and the controls, well, they were terrible when it was released. But regardless of that, there is still an awful lot of charm to it. Ah, but is that nostalgia talking? Probably, but that's kind of the point of digging in the crate. In all honesty, my memories of this game aren't really of playing it myself. They're of watching my dad play it, and as a result it will always hold a very special place in my heart. The plot follows Indy on a whirlwind quest to find 4 pieces of a strange machine, each of which grants the wielder an unusual power and is guarded by a honking big monster. And in the classic tradition they are all elemental in nature? I think so? I'll be honest, I can't actually remember all 4 of them, I can only remember 3 of them. But given that those are an ice creature, a lava creature and a giant snake, I think that's probably a pretty fair guess. Each of these 4 pieces is just a small component of the vast Infernal Machine, a device created by the Babylonian god Marduk. So no aliens then? Of course not. What idiot would put aliens in an Indiana Jones story? This game is actually set after the war, so as such there's no Nazis to fight. However, there are Soviets. This works reasonably well because it does actually allow Indy to team up with them near the end once they realise that Marduk is by far the bigger threat. Yes, teaming up with Nazis can be a little contentious. Agreed. The chance for a little globe-trotting is always fun, and you also get the opportunity to explore a very bizarre otherworld, as the Infernal Machine in question is actually a portal to the strange dimension in which Marduk lives. And for an ancient Babylonian deity, he's kind of a dick. Are not all ancient deities dicks to one extent or another? Not all, just like 98% of them. At release, the game actually received some criticism for being too like Tomb Raider. A rather odd criticism once you know the comments that went on behind the background in the making of that game. But it was praised for its puzzle focus, some of which have some really devious solutions. The combat, well, it's not great, but it's not awful either. I see you are once again breaking out the strong praise. Oh, I kid because I care. Infernal Machine will not run very well on a modern PC. Getting it running at all is an absolute mess. In fact, the easiest way to do it is probably to use an N64 emulator of that version. Though, obviously, the legality of emulators is, well, iffy at best. However, I can absolutely recommend you check out some online Let's Plays or something of that ilk, because there are genuinely a few good ones out there, and it's a game that's well worth having a look at, even if getting it running these days is an absolute mess. Just don't forget to pack your medicinal herbs. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have packing to do, and I'm meant to be in York now. I'll see you later.